I can see we are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vo TV Prime Time Show. Monday's here. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Muriuki. And remember that today's broadcast is also live streaming on 5 other platforms, including the Vo TV, the Vo TV YouTube channel, the Nelson Mike Podcast YouTube channel, also on the Facebook page at KNL, and on Twitter at Vo Television. I'm going to give you some time to tune in to join the show today. Let me start with, I can see Mary is saying, waiting to Sana. Mary Thuo also saying, I waiting you. Well, I got the message. So guys, again, welcome. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. As we continue, Felista, Amen by Kakisama Nikondani. Those who are coming here, I'll just take the first 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, just to welcome you. Ukiingia hapa, unasema uko wapi? Unaochukiwa wapi? Unasema uko tuned. Grace Mungai. Let's go. This is Vo TV. Twende kazi. Let's go. I have a very, very loaded show today. A lot is going on. A lot has been happening. I'm receiving a lot of cases and exclusive updates, even on all the stories that I've been working on. Frida Njoki anasema niko hai. And by the way, tukiendeleaga, can you also let the viewers know where are you watching from? Okay, uko nchi gani? Where are you watching? Doha is in the building. Welcome. Twende kazi. Let's continue. Let me see who else as we continue. Again, welcome to the Vo TV Primetime Show. If you're new here, as usual, what we do is subscribe, like, and support the platform. Jamila Masood is here. How are you, ni wana Vo TV? Welcome, Jamila. Nataka ukae tu hapo because you have been very helpful with today's broadcast. Kuna vitu ambazo umeongea na ulikuwa unaandika kwa comments and you have a story to tell. Frida, Saudia, Grace Mungai, KSA, Victoria, tuned in from Saudi Arabia. And also on today's broadcast, I have some special guests as well. Cases niko nazo mengi. Wacha nikwambie masani machache. So let's start. I'm going to walk you through the top news for the day before I bring in my next guest. The story ambao nilipost pale kwa Facebook 2 days ago. Nilitumia video ya msichana ambaye alipatikana kwa streets za Saudia. Hakuwa anajielewa. She looked mentally depressed. Her name's Sylvia Wamaitha Wangui. What I did is, I want to thank my Vo TV family on Facebook. Thank you very much. Because baada ya kupost hiyo video, niliweza kupata all kind of informations. Found the mother, found the father, spoke to the mother, and I will be calling the dad. I'm telling you, this is Vo TV na sisi ndio wengi. But now, there's one question. Nilipoona hiyo video, nilisema msichana hajafikisha 21 years old. That was my first immediate assumption. Hajafikisha 21 years old. So for me, it was a question of how did someone ambaye hajafikisha miaka 21 alienda kufanya kazi Saudi Arabia? That's gonna be a top story on today's episode titled Under 21. Na hii si ile wimbo ya Jimwat Under 18. No, this is Under 21. Just to be specific, you'll hear what the mother said. I'll play some exclusive audios and what the mother confirmed to me directly when she told me, mwana wakwa ena miaka 19. She's only 19 years old. Next, another story. We're going to look at the story of a lady by the name of Yvonne. The family reached out to me. Huyu msichana ako pale Sakani, ni mgonjwa. And as you can see, my phone is ringing. This phone is ringing. Let me actually pick this phone right now, because huyu ni Mwarabu ambaye ameniandikia akiniambia kwamba anataka kuongea na Sonko tufungue safe house Saudia. Give me a second. Hello, this is Nelson and welcome to Vote TV. Meanwhile, let me also welcome my sister. I'm going to welcome my sister Beth, all the way from Dubai. Okay, wako na shida ya connections. Nakwambia Mungu anatenda mambo pa at Vote TV. So again, shortly before niingia hapa, huyu Mwarabu alianza kuniandikia akiniambia kwamba he wants us to talk to Mike Sonko. And by the way, he's an agent. He's a visa agent. So I want to hear what he has to say. Back to the story. Yvonne, ambaye yuko pale Sakan, she is sick. The brother will be joining us on today's broadcast. Move on. We'll also look again at a story ambayo, wacha nikwambie, hii story siwezi elewa. Nimekuwa nikijiuliza maswali mingi sana. Msichana wetu ambaye alifanya kazi akamaliza contract yake ya miaka 2, anaitwa Njeri, na ameuliwa Saudia, na kila mtu amenyamaza. What has happened to humanity? Those are going to be our top stories today. So let's start with the story of Sylvia Wamaitha Wangoi. Rika iko hapa, and to help me here, let me bring my sister Beth aingia kwa show as a guest. Tuongee hii maneno. Beth, naona uko kuna giza. Kwani stima zimepotea Dubai? Beth. Okay. Beth, inaonekana upande wa Dubai Wi-Fi ni mushkila. So I'm going to suggest to you, Beth, I think we're going to do it how we did it before. Utatoka na uingie bila camera. This is not working. Meanwhile, again, we will go back to the topic za leo. Tuanzie na msichana Sylvia Wamaitha Wangoi. Felista. Yes. Tuanzie na Felista akisema nilisikia huyu girl kwa video akisema atiko ni Dumberi Kiambu. Kama nilisikia vizuri, yes, ni wa kutoka Dumberi. So again, Felista and those who are watching, remember, niko na all the information. In fact, nimepatia updates pale. We'll actually look at tutaingia my Facebook page pia for you to see. Found the mother, found the father. Nimeongea na mamake. Now I'm giving you this direct information. Nimeongea pia na wale wasichana ambao wako naye pale Sakan. Sylvia Wangoi ilibidi apate matibabu. She's under medication. And those who follow me on Facebook, nimepatiana updates leo asubuhi. So you'll be able to see, we'll be able to get into it. Rika, thank you. Merithu, thank you, God. Purity Jemutai say good evening, family. Merithu, akiwa pale Saudi Arabia. Again, those who are tuning in, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow. It's the road to 100,000. Kwa hivyo msichana, nataka nyinyi ambao mko hapa, kuna maswali mingi ambazo nimeuliza. Huyu msichana aliwezaje kwenda kufanya kazi Saudia akiwa na miaka 19? How did she leave the country? Then there is, I'm also gonna shed some more light about huyu msichana, things that I've been able to cover out and things that have been confirmed. In fact, wacha tuanzie na a statement from one of my soldiers on the ground ambao waliongea na babake. And let me actually Let me read the statement from the father. Bila alisema, listen to me. Hi, Mike. I met Baba Sylvia Wangui Wamaitha today. This is information that actually reached me a few minutes ago. Sikizeni. I met Baba Sylvia Wangui Wamaitha today and asked him about the girl. He told me he knows that her daughter went to Saudi Arabia, but he doesn't have the information that Wangui is stranded in Saudi Arabia. I informed him and he has given me his contact and told me to forward it to you. Kwa hivyo niko na namba yake. Though they don't live together with the mother. Kindly call him and I'm sure he will give you all the details because that girl is even mentally sick. Hayuko sawa vile alikuwa msick early this year, and I don't think alikuwa amemaliza medication. So let's go back to the story again. Asanteni sana kwa wale ambao waliweza kushare ile video ambao nilipost pale. Thank you very much. Wale watu, the people who actually took the time to even locate the family in Dumberry. This happened in God's time. This is VOTV Primetime Show. This is VOTV. Let me welcome my brother all the way from Oregon. This is Africa. Welcome, my brother. I see you. I see you, my brother. And actually, you know what? If you got time, let me know. Hit me up on my WhatsApp. Man, just hit me up on my WhatsApp, man. You might just join in. If you're spontaneous, you can just join in. But let's look at the specifics of this case. She's only 19 years old. How did a 19-year-old leave the country to go and work in Saudi Arabia? Number two. This has been confirmed. This has been confirmed by the father. This has been confirmed by the mother as well. Huyu msichana alikuwa na kasoro. Remember when she was found in Saudi Arabia, in the video that I received and the pictures, she was on the streets. If you look, ukiangalia, just have a look at that artwork. These are the pictures that were taken when she was found on the streets. You see that? Ukiangalia uko nyuma, if you ukiangalia hiyo nini iko nyuma, hiyo especially hiyo ya nyuma, ni akiwa kwa barabara, and she's actually holding a plastic bag. Alikuwa na juala. And that's why someone noted ayuko 100%. Alikuwa na kasoro. See where I'm coming from? So as confirmed by the father, as confirmed by the parents, alikuwa na shida. She wasn't 100% healthy. Alikuwa na issue ya vichwa, and by the way, she was under medication. Mind you, do you know how long she worked in Saudi Arabia? She has been there for only 1.5 months. She has only been in Saudi for 1.5 months. Yes, this is Africa. That's right. Just to understand. So she had mental issues before she left the country. But mind you, again, the key issue here is that she's under 21 years old. To be able to go and work in Saudi Arabia as a domestic worker, you must be 21 years and above. Now, let me see if I can get these ones really, really fast. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna play you some exclusive audios also from the mom. These audios are in Kikuyu, but we will take time and I will translate. So let's listen to some of the key things that the mother said.
no ndari na thina wa mwiri aragiriire kuu ena 19 years no okire last month amekaa tu mwezi mmoja.
There you go, first confirmation. Let's play this again.
Unajua aliniambiwa ena 19 years no okire last month amekaa tu mwezi mmoja.
Okay, that one doesn't need any translation, so let's go back here again, featuring right here on Vote TV, the story of Sylvia Wangui Wamaitha. You've heard from the mom, 19 years old. Ebu andikeni kwa chat. Andikeni kwa chat, 19 years old. I want you to walk. This is how we do it at Vote TV. Walk with me step by step.
Ena 19 years no okire last month amekaa tu mwezi mmoja.
Andikeni hapo, andikeni kwa chat right now, 19 years. Tony Omari is here, tuned in. And by the way, every time I see Tony is a lawyer. So I think there's something that we also need some legal input into this. 19 years, left the country to work in Saudi Arabia. 19 years. Kwa hivyo amekaa tu mwezi moja. Amekaa tu mwezi moja. So I want all of us to look at the specifics of this case. I'm also going to bring my sister Beth. Huyu ni my warrior. My sister Beth is here. And by the way, don't forget also, we are here. Vote TV Primetime Show, broadcasting 24 hours a day. We are now doing, yesterday we are doing an experiment this week whereby I'm doing concurrent live streams. And yesterday we broke all records by having 62 live streams in one day. So, tuanzie hapo. Beth uko hapa? Ai, Beth akona shida ya connection, okay. Leo nimesema Wi-Fi Dubai ni mushkila. So tuanzie hapo. Yes, 19 years. Number two. Today I want us to be, we all have to be together. We have to be together on this one right here. Don't worry about it. We have to be together. We are working together hapa. Hapa ni kushikana kunga. Number two. Amefanya kazi Saudia tu mwezi moja. Na sababu ya kufanya kazi Saudia mwezi moja ni kwa sababu alikuwa alipofika Saudia ile shida ya kichwa ilianza kumsumbua. Okay? So, let's go.
From 18.
Now, I want you to listen to this one here. This is a key piece of information that the mother told us. Mimi kumbuka niliongea naye kwa simu, but also alikuwa na communicate na wale wasina ambao wako pale wakiangalia mtoto wake. Skizeni. This is what we have to do here. I want you to listen to what the agent told the mother.
Unajua aliniambia anapelekaga from 18 years.
Munasikiza. My sister from Italy is here. Esther, welcome. So, the next fact. Andikeni hapo. Listen, we're going to work this thing together. Agent iliambia mamake wanapelekanga wasichana kuanzia miaka 18.
Unajua aliniambia wanapelekaga from 18.
Unajua waliniambia wanapelekanga kuanzia miaka 18. I'm going to keep on playing that right there as you keep on watching. Remember, if you're new here, like this broadcast. Make sure you like this broadcast. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. Those who are watching, like the broadcast. Share. The opening story of this segment is the story of Sylvia Wamaitha Wangui. This is how recruitment agencies in Kenya are using. This is how they are luring young girls to go and work in KSA. Hivi ndivyo mnadanganywa. Na hata niseme baada ya kutoa hii story, ukajua wale watu ambao wamekuwa wakikuja hapa kunipigia simu, zile message nimepata. Beth, hebu ongea haraka haraka. Unafuatilia story?
Yeah, nimeifuatilia. And whatever I think, this agent is not serious at all. He or she is not serious at all. Unaweza jipeleka hata the body size ya huyu msichana inaonekana ni msichana mdogo sana, very innocent person. Unaweza kuwa msichana mdogo ampeleke kazi kwa Mwarabu, sure. Mimi venye nasikia the agent ashikwe kabisa.
Tukiendelea nataka kwa sababu remember even go ahead Beth. Endelea.
This is child abuse.
That's right.
Mwarabu na huyu ni mtu na agent obvious anajua how Arab are, na anajua venye Mwarabu anashiriki mtu, alafu apeleke msichana mdogo hivi kwa Mwarabu akafanya kazi kwa Mwarabu, sure. This is child abuse. The mama huyu nini anafaa aende aripotiwe ikuwe accused, because I don't think hata wao wazazi, hata mimi nitaongea saidi ya wazazi, hata mimi nikuwa mzazi siwezi achilia mtoto wangu akiwa mdogo hivi aende kafanya kazi kwa Mwarabu.
So we are actually going to look into the specifics of the background of Sylvia. Ndio mjue vile nimekuwa nikiambia watu hapa mambo za spiritual warfare. Number 2, nimekuwa hapa nikiongea mambo, what have I said here before? You don't expect to leave Kenya broken and be repaired in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It doesn't work like that. Now, let's play this. I want to keep on playing this audio again.
Unajua aliniambia anapelekaga from 18. Yeah.
Unasikia? Unajua waliniambia wanapelekanga kuanzia 18 years. Everyone who's watching this broadcast today, ni wapi mulisikia msichana anatoka Kenya kwenda kufanyia Mwarabu kazi akiwa na miaka 19? Elsie, Kate, I see all your comments. Nitazoka kwa sababu zinakuja zikiwa mingi sana. Aziz.
Na swali lingine yenye niko nayo, alipata aje passport akiwa na hiyo miaka? Walimpeleka akiwa na 18 years. Sasa hiyo kwa 19 years. So ni kumaanisha akiwa na 18 years alikuwa amechukua ID ama alitumia hiyo corruption mpaka akapata passport?
Wacha nikwambie. Wacha niseme kuna comment hapa ya Ambuya unasema kama sisi tumepita 4th floor tunakosananga na hawa watu. Na je, huyu mtoto? Huyu msichana hata ukimwangalia hivi my fellow brothers and sisters, huyu hata akiosha kikombe ana hema. So now I've given you the technical information about vile toka nyumbani. So let's get to the agency. Ni agency gani ilipeleka huyu msichana Saudia?
Inaitwa Pacific.
Are you listening? Guys, I want you hapa tunafanya kazi pamoja. Hii si Mong'adho TV. Inivo TV. Let's break down this story. The name of the agent of the agency.
Inaitwa Pacific.
Umesikia jina?
Yeah.
Umesikia?
Yeah.
Beth, hebu ambia. And those who are watching.
Amesema inaitwa Pacific. So
Pacific.
Pacific.
So let's come back here. Let's come back here. What we're gonna do is this. Esther, Kakware, Pacific ndi andika gwa, andika ngo hivyo, andika Pacific vizuri. Givongo mushkira. Jamila ako hapa. Na by the way, I want you guys to pay attention to Jamila. Huyu ni msichana ambaye alikuwa anafanya kazi Dubai. Leo kuna vitu wameongea kwa previous broadcasts. Alikuwa na comment. Watu wanalia machozi kwa comment. Yale amepitia akiwa Dubai. Kwenda kulala kwa park. She was sleeping in the park akiwa Dubai. Vile alikuwa anaambiwa na marafiki wake ndio apate kazi lazima aingie kwa mambo ya usherati. Alikataa kabisa. Jamila, thank you very much. I'm also going to host you on the piano. Tuendelee. So, exactly. So, tuandikeni Purity Jemutai, thank you very much. I think I should also have you here as a moderator. Skiza, the name of the agency, Pacific Agency. Esther. I know that. Are we together? So, VOTV investigates. How? 19 years old, left the country while she was mentally sick to work in Saudi Arabia. The agency is called Pacific Agency. Beth, we are working together on so many cases.
Yes.
Before Tanionge, ebu toa your suggestion kwanza, what we are going to do next.
Okay. The agent mwenye alimpeleka, the agent mwenyewe, you should have the number of the agent.
Yeah.
Agent apigiwe simu. We hear from his or her side. From there, tutajua how to handle it. Unajua hata obvious hata side yake lazima atapeana maoni yake. Why he or she did this. Because hatuwezi kusikiza one side from the parents. Or we also tunafaa tusikize the other side from the agent.
Fact is,
because hata maybe tunalaumu agent ongei hivyo kwa nini, maybe tunalaumu agent na maybe mzazi ndiye alimpelekea mtoto akamwambia nataka utafutie mtoto wangu kazi.
Unajua aliniambia anapeleka.
Okay. Based on this, there's something nitasema about your statement ambao umesema.
Unajua aliniambia anapeleka from 18.
Unajua anapelekanga watu hata wakiwa 18. Let me play the devil's advocate here. Kwa agents,
Yeah.
kwa agency. Let's say tuseme mzazi amekuletea msichana akwambia huyu ni msichana wangu nataka aende akafanya kazi Saudia na ako na miaka 19. Alafu wewe ukiwa agency ama wewe ukiwa agent useme ya kwamba by the way hata tunapelekanga wakiwa na 18 years. Is that how you're supposed to react? Hata kama ni mzazi amekuletea mtoto. Good.
Hapana.
That's a point. So now, and I also thought I played that scenario. What if mamake Sylvia ndio alimpelekea mtoto? The moment she mentioned how old she is, the agent should have automatically said, this is not right. Hatupelekangi wasichana wakiwa na miaka 19. But even to make matters worse, yalisema hata wakiwa na 18 tunapeleka. Now,
So, according to both of them wako na makosa. As a parent alikuwa anafaa aone mtoto wake ni mdogo sana. Hata akiambiwa anapelekana na 18 years, alikuwa anafaa kuwa na that hiyo huruma ya mtoto wake. The other side, the agent angekataa aseme, huyu mtoto wako hata afikisha miaka yenye inafaa, nitampeleka, nitamtafutia kazi.
Also remember, let me actually again watch and wasome statement about Leo, my friend, and let me give a shout out to Jane. Jane alimit babake Sylvia Leo. And let me read again the statement. Yeah, babake alisema. Hi Mike, I met Baba Sylvia Wangoi today and asked him about the girl. He told me he knows that her daughter went to Saudi Arabia, but he doesn't have the information that Wangoi is stranded in Saudi Arabia. I informed him and he has given me his contact and he told me to forward it to you, though they don't live together with Mama Wangoi. Let me repeat that. They don't live together with Mama Wangoi. Kindly call him and I'm sure he will give you all the details because that girl is even mentally sick. Hayuko sawa. Vile alikuwa msick early this year. I don't think hata alikuwa amemaliza medication. Thanks. Say something about the statement.
So the statement inaoneshana mamake ndiye ako na makosa, mpaka mamake akimpeleka kwa agent na anajua vizuri mtoto ni mgonjwa.
So
how can a mother allow mtoto wake mgonjwa aende kazi nje? Surely. So
this thing you have to look at. You have to look at. Like I say, you have to look. When you're dealing with this kind of cases, you have to look at it from a legal perspective, and you have to be a lawyer for both. Act as a lawyer for both the mom and the agent. But one thing is for sure. Nitakwambia hivi, one thing is for sure. Hata tukisema mama wangu alifanya makosa ya kwenda, and actually that's why there's something I posted on my Facebook yesterday, jana nikasema kwamba even as much as we are blaming the agencies, some parents are to blame. Lakini the fact is there is nothing that justifies, na siwezi kaa hapa nitetee agent ambaye alifake documents, ambaye alifake ID, ambaye alifake age, ambaye alifake kila kitu ndio apeleke huko msichana Saudia. I will not defend the agent by any means.
Kwani akupeleka medical? So it is also the agent alifake medical, alifake papers for medical, because before huyu msichana hata wenye walienda kumfanyia medical, kama alifanyiwa medical, hawangemwalau according to the, mpaka vile msichana ni mdogo. Surely even the doctor so it seems hawakumpeleka medical, they fake the papers.
The passport too. The passport again, they had to change because she's 19, so they had to fake the year of birth.
Yeah.
For that to pass. And by the way, thank you very much, because I have Tony Omari is here. Tony is a lawyer. He's in Kenya, in Runda. So now we are looking at the legal specifics of this, and that's why nimesema hivi. If you look at my Facebook post that I did earlier, I said, I hereby request that Pacific Agency release a public press statement about our sister Sylvia Wangoi. We need to hear their story. We need to hear exactly what happened. Hata kama mamake ameniambia, hata kama mamake ameniambia kwamba wanashughulikia exit visa ya Sylvia Wangui, this is something that has backfired after it reached on Vote TV and after I put this thing public and after everything came out. Remember, nilipokuwa hapa nikidili na kesi ya Beatrice Waruguru, for those who have been here for the longest time, nilisema kama Beatrice Waruguru is not the last one. Beatrice Waruguru left the country last year, April. She was only 19. The scholar alifake kila kitu, wakafake medical, wakafake passport, wakafake ID. Beatrice left the country April last year, and for all of you, munajua what happened to the rest of the story. Alienda March last year, and the last time she spoke was on the 2nd of April, 2021. The next thing, alikuwa ameuliwa. Waliua mtoto. Waliua mtoto. Beth.
Yeah.
And those who are watching, we have bowed down to a system that continues to oppress my people. We have bowed down to the system because of greed. How aliona pesa? 60,000 Kenya shillings. That's what they see. That's what they see. Na Beth, ujue ya kwamba wakati msichana alipoenda kwa Mwarabu kuingia kwa nyumba, kichwa ikaruka, akaanza kuchanganyikiwa. And as I'm talking to you, by the way, I'm going to show you the picture that I posted. Akiwa Sakan, she's under medication for you to see.
One day, huyu msichana maybe hajaienda kufanya kazi mahali. Kama alikuwa mgonjwa, si kuna mtu umesema kuna this guy mwenye alikuandikia message akakwambia the girl alikuwa na mental problem hata before aende apelekwe Saudi. So the moment huyu msichana
babake alisema hata si ati the guy, babake alisema
the baba. So before the moment huyu msichana ameingia kwa Mwarabu, na Mwarabu obvious yule Mwarabu mmoja tunajua ni yeye, tunadeal na yeye. So the situation that yenye alipata lazima ingefanya kuwe na mental problem again kama alikuwa mgonjwa bado. Alafu mtu mdogo hajakomaa, so ile kushtuka bado atashtuka. Cause ameenda mahali hajaenda, amefanya kitu hajaifanya. So hiyo kushtuka bado igelid kwa yeye kuwa mgonjwa, kwa kurudiwa na ile mental problem.
Yeah. Do you see what's happening here?
As we are talking now, hiyo agency ingekuwa ishafungwa na agent akashikwa because of taking papers.
Thank you.
Because
now the problem is, go ahead. There's something else I want to read as you continue. Endelea.
Kuna evidence. Because one thing, I don't think the labor, before you get out of Kenya, lazima documents zako zipitie kwa embassy na kwa labor. And I don't think kama hangekuwa amefake hizo documents, vigeenda kwa embassy na waitikia pite, vigeenda kwa labor na waone miaka yenye yako ako nayo na waitikie. So the agent, kuna alifake nini? Alifake the document. So yeye anafaa kuwa ameshikwa, anafaa kuwa ndani. Our maagent so wanatuletea hii kazi mingi, tunashinda huku tukistruggle how to we are going to help these people, na hii ni makosa yao. If the agent, kama agent wako wameaminika, hizi macases mingi hatugeziona, hatugeiona nini? Because kama agent anashirikiana na watu wake, but nilikwambia aje, kazi ya agent ukishatoka kwa mikono yake hivi amekupeleka airport, ni hivyo. Anasahau na wewe, anatafuta wengine. Yeah.
That's right. Let me actually read something for you, Beth, and those who are watching. Again, welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. If you are new here, Don't forget to like this broadcast, subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow the story of Sylvia Wamaitha Wangui, who left the country to work in Saudi Arabia with only 19 years old. Vote TV investigates. The name of this segment, Under 21. Now, someone wrote this to me after Kuona Historia Wangui on my page. Nelson, yeah. I saw a post on your Facebook page complaining about girls coming to Saudi Arabia at under 20. It's not a big deal. Agents posting in our groups. Skiza. I'm Skiza. It's not a big deal. Agents are posting in our groups for recruitment, and always they say, Skiza, it's not a must to have an ID or birth certificate. Only what is needed is the parent's ID. Let me continue. That's how it works. There's one girl from Western Kenya. She came here back in 2019. She was only 18 years old. Her mother's friend told her mom that the girl can use someone else's ID, and from there, the passport will be processed. So the mother used her sister's ID, and it was done there and there. There are so many girls who come to Saudi Arabia when they're under 20. I don't want to talk about this girl because what she is going through, only God will make it for her to go back home. I pity her, and I pity her mother. Please hide my identity. Back to you. Back to you. In your voice.
It's not
Ruth Mwangi.
It's not a must akuwe na ID. It's not a must akuwe na birth certificate. It shows how illegal things are done in Kenya.
Are you hearing this? Wale ambao wanawatch broadcast ya leo, mnasikia hii maneno? Mnasikia hii maneno?
The government should take a step. This is illegally. Unaweza processiwa document, very important documents like passport. Ukiwa hauna ID, nitumie ID ya sister yangu ama nitumie ID ya mtu mwingine.
So let's actually get these facts clear. You don't need the ID. You can use your sister's ID to get your passport processed and leave the country. Hawa ni agents ambao wanapost kwa hizi, wako na hizi groups ambazo wako. Listen, these guys, they have Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, all these kind of groups. Now ndio wanaambia watu waje. You hear what you see, this is how they operate.
Yeah.
Let's look at this thing again, Beth. Na umeongea na umesema vizuri sana. From the eyes of the law. And people are wondering why we are having all these issues every single day. Because the system is rotten. The system imeoza.
Yeah.
Kweli ama si ukweli?
Ukweli.
Invyo. System imeoza.
Sai Kenya hakuna certificate huwezi pata.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Someone is saying, I have Tony Omari is saying, I blame the mother. Come on, leave your sema. And by the way, you know what? The good thing is I'm going to bring the dad here tomorrow.
It's better.
I'll bring the dad here tomorrow. Utasikia yale ambayo atasema.
Yeah.
But let me actually go back here because I have a lot of cases that I've been featuring today.
Yeah.
Let me put some comments hapa kwa screen alafu uzisome Beth as we continue. Kazi ni mingi leo, masaa ni machache.
Felisa anasema oi guys, kumire roho wa thina gikorwo ciana tani sina thina wa mwili. Sure. That is Felisa. Anasema Mungu atuondolee mashida kwa sababu watoto wetu wanaenda kutafuta wakiwa na shida ya mwili.
Wakiwa watoto. Okay, by the way, yule msichana Jane ambaye alienda kuona babake Sylvia, she's watching the show. Sorry Jane. Sorry. Next soma comment. Endelea kusoma comment Jane. Nani? Beth.
Omari anasema I blame the mother. Sure, I blame the mother.
Endelea.
Aziz, hiyo ndio kazi ya agent, sio lazima ukuwe na idea. Both parents wanatumia za watu walikufa kitambo. Jesus.
What?
Hiyo ndio kazi ya agent, sio lazima ukuwe na idea. Both parents wanatumia za watu walikufa kitambo.
This is freaking crazy, bro. They're using IDs from people who are dead? Munasikia hiyo? Watazamaji? Meanwhile, let's look at my Facebook page because my Facebook page inakuanga na mambo hapo. I'm able to update things in God's speed based on the fact that I get too many cases, so I try to highlight the major cases. But let me say wacha nionyeshe vile let me show you. Okay, there you go. This was Sylvia Wangui today in the morning. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Again, welcome. Yeah, so welcome to Vote TV Primetime Show. The segment Under 21, the story of Sylvia Wangui. Because right now, it's inside Sakan. And that's her. I'm following this case very closely. Do you see her? Unamwona?
Yeah.
Yo hapo. You see the pink thing she has here? I mean that pink thing? Yeah, this was after the medication. So she's getting medication at Sakan. All this. Wanatumia ID za watu ambao walikufa kitambo. This is crazy. Soma ya comment ya Purity tafadhali.
The agent is not to be blamed. The agent is to be blamed, not the mother. The agent is corrupt. Sure.
That's right. Beth, as we proceed, ningetaka let's do like a quick 1 to 2 minutes commercial break ambayo as I load up the next story. Can you please tell the people that the top urgent cases ambazo tunadeal nazo sai? Which top cases we have right now?
We have the Anita case. we have this case ya huyu mtoto mwenye ako Saudi. Huyu mamake
Yeah.
anaitwa Regina.
Yeah.
Regina. Huyu mwenye mamake ako Saudi, alipata huyo mtoto akiwa Saudi. Ni mimi mwenyewe nimeona mpaka notification, hakuandikiwa mpaka jina ya mtoto, hana passport, mama mtoto hana any document. So venye alijifungua huko hospitali hawakumwandikia jina ya mtoto, so but the birth notification imeandikwa unknown.
Wow.
So she needs to come Kenya because she cannot receive any treatment in Saudi.
Sit right there as VoTV investigates. This is another story. Beth, rudia tena waambia watu tuko na kesi ambayo I posted the video on my Facebook page today. Again, you can follow my Facebook page at Nelson Mike Murioki. Mtaona video iko hapo. I put the video today in the morning. I'm just waiting for this thing to load up. Sorry for that slight delay. But kuko na video ambayo niliweka pale ni ya mama who's begging for help. Akona mtoto. Beth, looking at the specifics of that case, huyo mtoto ameumia macho. Ebu tell us what you know. What caused the injury ya huyo mtoto kuwa anakaa hivyo?
According to the mother, because I called the mother and the mother called me. Akanielezea mtoto alikuwa akicheza, so hajui kama ni mchanga iliingia ama ni nini iliingia huyo mtoto, na jicho ikakaa hivyo. Na lack of treatment, juu akienda hospitali hawawezi mtreat. One thing, kuna any document ako nayo, hana passport, anything. So hakuna venye
as we continue, so we got those are the two top cases we have right now. This is the story that we are talking about. It's on my Facebook page. The mother is called Muthoni Moravi from Mongaria, Aguthi Ward, Tetu constituency, Nyeri County. And we are going to look at this video. I'm going to play that video in a minute. This is a top case that we are working on right now. And let's see. Mtoto wako how old, by the way?
haijaonyeshana hata by certificate, hiyo notification haijaonyeshana date.
Okay, let's have a look at this.
Sababu ya dharura. Pesa hata
Give me a second, guys. Again, welcome to VoTV Primetime Show. This is the other story that we are talking about. It's going to be loading slow, but at least mnaona, that's the mother, na huo ndio mtoi. Ukiangalia macho yake moja, ndio hiyo macho ambayo iko na shida. Again, this is you can follow me on Facebook at Nelson Mike Murioki. It's because my laptop is extremely crowded. So soma your comment ya Luya baby tafadhali, Beth.
Okay, for the agent, yes, doesn't matter. It's money on their side that matters. Because anajua akipeleka wasichana wengi, he wants more money. So it means the agent is after money. So it doesn't matter who she or he is taking to Saudi. That's what I get from that comment.
And by the way, nilipokuwa naangalia video ya huyu mtoto, inakaa ni kama hata hiyo macho ingine iko affected. Is it true? Looks like both eyes are affected.
Yeah, maybe. Unajua macho huwa affect jana. huafektiana, so anaweza kuwa shida ikianza kwa jicho moja sema inaafektiana.
Someone is asking me some text here, Psalms 91. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Read that comment here, sisters or sister Psalm 91.
Muthoni Mureithi, nimetoka kaunti ya Nyeri, eneo bunge la Tete. Nimekoma hapa Saudi Arabia kwa sababu sina makaratasi. Ninaomba tu nipate mbinu ya
Okay, I'm just going to first of all reload this one right here as we proceed. Some of your comment here, Psalm 91 tafadhali.
Okay, anasema yes, Azizi has said that I came across such an agent who was telling me ID is not a problem. She can solve the problem. So she told me not to worry about the ID, but nilikataa. I didn't travel at that point.
Wow. So these guys are wamekuwa professionals. You don't need an ID to travel kuna kufanya kazi Saudia. So this again, the system is rotten. Jesus. Okay, so Aziz, nimesoma your comment. Kwa hivyo, watu they found a way. They have found a way of seriously how they can they can take people kufanya kazi kwa Mwarabu. Mambo ile kitu ambayo imenishangaza ni kwamba wamekuwa hata wajanja mpaka wanatumia ID za watu ambao wamekufa. Now that one is corruption on another level. Yeah. So let's not be surprised vile Sylvia Wangui aliweza kusafiri Saudia. Now we know. If you never knew, now you know. Another story that I wanted us to highlight for the day, sick in Sakan. This is the story of another lady ambaye ako pale Sakan, my sister. Sakan tuko na kazi mingi. Tuko na kazi mingi sana, Beth. All these families that are reaching out wakilia mtoto wetu. In fact, nilikuwa naongea brother yake ilikuwa join lakini ameshindwa kujoin kwa sababu ya simu yake. Let me try to see kama nitampata hapa brother yake. Nisikia vile atasema. But this is our sister. Ako pale Sakan. Majina nitawapatia, anaitwa Yvonne Naliaka. That's Yvonne Naliaka. And she is sick. The last time she spoke with the brother was September 26th. And the family is worried. So Caroline, as naona umeingia ukiwa late, you've missed exactly 58 minutes of this broadcast. Please do me a favor, just rewind and then you can watch from the beginning, but I'll give you some quick updates as we proceed. So that's another story that we have. Huyu msichana ambaye anaitwa Yvonne ni mgonjwa na ako pale Sakan. Hizi kesi za Sakan, wacha nikwambie, za watu kuwa wagonjwa haziishi. Haziishi. Kumbuka niko na kesi ya ule mwingine Zipora Gesare. Si mnamkumbuka?
Yeah.
Si mnamkumbuka? But now it brings me to the next story. Hii ni story moja ambayo imefanya nijiuliza maswali mingi sana. Njeri. Nimeongea na rafiki yake, classmate alikuwa hapa, Helen. Classmate wake na neighbor back in Kenya. Nimeongea na uncle yake, nimeongea na auntie yake nyumbani. Huyo msichana amekufia Saudia. Huyo msichana si kukufa ati alikufa, ni kuliwa, aliuliwa. Haikuwa kifo ya ugonjwa. Haikuwa kifo ati sijui alikuwa nini. Aliuliwa. Na alikuwa amemaliza contract yake ya miaka 2. How? And I broke this story last week, and I've been expecting at least watu waki, I've been expecting at least kama ni ofisi itaongea, any government office itoe a press statement or anything. Nothing. Hakuna kitu wameongea kuhusu Njeri. Nothing. Beth. Ishini sherehe medeko. Njeri hakuwa Kemboi. Njeri hakuwa runaway. Njeri alikuwa, she had finished her 2-year contract. Maoni kwako and the viewers. Beth, nianze na wewe.
Kama hakuwa runaway, it's very easy kufuatilia kesi yake because it's only the agent to cover it. But if the agent ni kama agent wenye wako, I don't know. Sidhani kama agent cover it, sidhani itawezekana kufuatilia kesi yake. But for here, the agent is the one to tell. If they want to cooperate na ile agent yenye kwa Saudi, ili waweze kufuatilia the employer of this lady.
Wacha nikwambie, and let me give the viewers a pretty good history. Nimekuwa hapa this is my 8th year running vol. Na nitakwambia hivi, hizi miaka zote sijaiona Mwarabu ameshikwa, sijaiona Mwarabu amepelekwa kotini, sijaiona familia hata moja imekompensetiwa kwa sababu ya msichana wao kuuliwa. Kwa hivyo tuanzie hapo. Sarah Ngugi anasema hata kama ni shida hutuleta, this is too much. Young youths watafute job Kenya, wahustle huko, quick recovery to you girl. Hapa kuna quick recovery, my sister Sarah Ngugi. Njeri is dead. Oh, sorry, alikuwa anaongea mambo za Wangoi. Okay. Yeah, okay, sawa. Let's see. Purity Jemutai anasema DCI is needed here in Saudi Arabia. Remember the minister, Dr. Alfred Mutua said he is planning to visit Saudi Arabia with the DCI. I have that segment. Karo anasema Nelson, sinasikia wasichana wa Sakana washapata ticket, watarudi home. 86 washapata ticket, but these ones are not on the list. Okay. I was here last Wednesday last week. Guys, I get everything the moment it happens. I know everything. I have a group of ladies ambao wako inside Sakana and they've been giving me updates. So niliwaambia last week, go check my Facebook page, and also niliannounce hapa kwa VOTV Primetime Show. Niliwaambia ndeni muangalie, look at the posts. Lakini sio wote. Lakini kuna 86 ambao wataenda nyumbani. Dorcas Mokami, so sad. May God have mercy on us. Let's stick on this story ya Njeri. Alimaliza contract yake ya miaka 2. Alifanya kazi yake vizuri akamaliza. And because Mwarabu wako anataka aende, in fact they say waliambia familia ati the son of the employer ndio alimuua. Na nimesema ya kwamba all these years I've never seen Mwarabu ameshikwa akapelekwa kotini. Sijaiona familia imefanywa imekompensetiwa kwa sababu ya mtoto wao kuuliwa. So when these people know that when the oppressor knows that the oppressed doesn't have a backup and a protection system, what are they going to do? They will keep on oppressing. Njeri ameuliwa.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So hapo ni serikali yetu, hiyo serikali yetu inasema kuzishi rais rules ama they should come up with things that will protect our ladies. Hapo I blame the government. Because if the government iko na rules ati tukileta wasichana wetu kazi huko, msichana akufie kwa mikono bosi wake, anafaa apewe hii, bosi anafaa apatie hivi na hivi.
But they never do it.
Mwarabu hata akikufanyia nini hakuna mahali atapeleka. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu Mwarabu anajua hakuna pahali atapelekwa, ataendelea kufanya yale ambayo anafanya. Yule Mwarabu ambaye alikuwa ameandika Beatrice Warogoro alimuua, na hiyo nyumba ikaletwa Mkenya mwingine, msichana ambaye anaitwa Ruth, na kazi ikaendelea. Njeri ameuliwa tu hivyo hivyo, na hiyo nyumba wataleta msichana mwingine. They will continue doing this because they never face any legal repercussions.
So that said in the government is to say government na embassy.
Is there any hope, Beth? Hata tukiendelea kwa sababu we are dealing with all these cases ambazo tuko nazo, hata because we are working with mheshimiwa. Is there any hope?
According to government, serikali ya William Ruto, according to how much control the issue would work out. Nataka hiyo issue tushughulikie kabisa.
Serikali mpya ya Ruto, administration mpya ya Ruto, I've been contacted by several people who are telling me yes, the Ruto government will is really putting in a lot of work to make sure that this issue is solved.
Yeah.
Let me come back here and say something. Leo asubuhi nilipata information kutoka Kenya. There was a lawyer ambaye alienda kwa Inoro TV today in the morning, na akaanza kuongea vile Saudia mambo ni mazuri, hii mambo yote ni makelele. On a major panel. On a major panel. And I repeat, let me come back to Njeri's case again. As long as wanajua ya kwamba hakuna kitu Mwarabu atafanyiwa, hapata kuwa na any legal repercussions, wataendelea kuua na wataendelea kuoppress watu wetu. That's the reality.
They cannot say because they are hata nifanyia nini, hata nimeoa.
Yeah.
I'll be taken care.
Yeah. Yeah. Ni wangapi kama sasa, hebu angalia, I don't want to whatever my Facebook is I don't know, my system is loaded, lakini enda pale, go on my Facebook page and see ile case ambayo nilianza nayo leo asubuhi. Ilikuwa ni rape case.
Yeah.
Huo msichana, si uliona? Huo msichana ako hospitali kwa Mwarabu. No one, ile ofisi ya Kenya aimpigani, ofisi ya Saudia impigani, she's there on her own. Na ameambiwa asiongee. na amerepiwa. It was so bad, amepelekwa hospitali. Who do we have? Who do my people run to? Who do my people run to? Niambieni. Who do my people run to? Unapata kuna wasichana, mimi najua na, because I get so many messages and people talk to me. Kuna msichana anakuja na anarepiwa Beth, na ananyamaza, na atamka asubuhi aendelee kufanyia Mwarabu kazi. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Hapa ni government. Hapa ni government to protect us. Government wako na dawa ya kusema hatutawapea wasichana wafanye kazi huko Kenya kama hatutakaa chini na ofisi ya Saudi na Kenya, serikali ya Saudi na serikali ya Kenya itoe chini iweke duty paper for the employees. Waseme kama Mwarabu atafanyia Mkenya hivi na hivi na hivi, majukumu yenye itachukuliwa ni hivi na hivi. But our government has failed us. They don't care.
They don't care. Agents wanajua. Let me actually, because this is a very painful story, because every time hii story Angelo acha nikwambia hii kwanza the vile watu wamenyamaza. Hakuna mtu anaongea. Hakuna mtu ameongea. Actually, let me try and do something here. Let me try to do something here as we proceed. Again, that's our sister Njeri. And ameuliwa nchini Saudia after kumaliza contract. I'm trying to see, just give me, I'm working on something here as we continue. Those who are watching, just let's take 2-3 minutes to let's take 2-3 minutes to say something to familia ya Mercy. Just type hapo. Just type. Just type. I'm trying to see if I can get one of my friends here in the USA to join in for even if it's like for 2 minutes. And then we can address this issue here. Beth, read those comments, tafadhali.
Okay, yeah. Purity anasema may God protect us here. Amen. Simon Waria anasema Kenyan government wafunge health workers kwenda Saudi. This is too much. Sure.
And by the way, Jemutai, are you in Saudi Arabia ama uko wapi? Let us know. She's saying my condolences to the family. Thank you very much, those who are tuning in. Sofika, all the way from Namibia, is here. I'm trying to see if I can get my friend. I'm trying to see if my friend can be spontaneous to just come and join here. My friend, this is Africa, KBM. Jerry worked for 2 years, finished her contract. Na ameuliwa tu hivyo.
Very happy.
This is sad. Give me 1 second. Okay, if he's going to be able to join, if okay, this is Africa. If you're going to be able to join, I've sent you the link. If not, it's fine. As we proceed with the broadcast, my sister Sofika, all the way from Namibia. Thank you very much, and welcome to VOTV TV Primetime Show. Wataendelea kufanya hii mambo mpaka lini? Mbona hatusikii Wafilipino wakiuliwa hivi? Okay, now let me bring you in. I'm gonna bring in a friend of mine, all the way from the West Coast, KBM, or like we call him, Kenyan by marriage. KBM, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, listen, man. Just another day, man. You know how this goes. Just another day. Just another day. Have you seen the story that I'm talking about this lady, or the one who got murdered after finishing her contract?
Not her. I was kind of like doing some other things, but I got the first story about the lady, the 19-year-old.
Okay, so actually, let's actually go back on that story first. By the way, just introduce yourself, let the viewers know where you're watching from, and we take it from there. And
Sure.
actually, your connection with Kenya.
Sure. My name is Keith, also known as KBM, Kenyan by marriage. Name I gave myself in 2006 when I got married, going to Nanyuki, Kenya, to marry my wonderful wife of almost 17 years now. So that's my connection to Kenya. And being in Kenya for the first 72 hours, I realized I found my people. I didn't really care much anything of Africa before that, because like the average Americans really don't know anything about Africa until I went there. And now I'm learning stuff every day, and it's just amazing. But that's my connection.
That's right. So here we go. So I mean, we've been having these conversations back and forth, and here we are. Let's start with the first story. She's only 19 years old. She was able to leave the country to go and work in Saudi Arabia because they could fake her passport, fake her ID, fake everything for her to leave the country. What's your opinion about that? Now, from an American perspective.
Well, my first opinion would be that there's definitely a money play involved here. It's like, first of all, when you just gave all that criteria, of faking this, faking that. Okay, so they didn't care about her age. Obviously, they know she has to be 21, because I remember you saying that earlier. She has to be 21 in order to work in the country. So
that's right.
That was not enforced by the agency to make sure that happened. They're going to make a stipend on top of whatever else, I would think, because I've heard the word stipend kind of thrown around with these agencies before. So I don't know if you have any information on that, but I've heard people talk about stipends. So there's definitely some monetary incentives that are going to get people to do anything to get other people to join in, and fly to these places, and they have no idea of what's going on, and that's the most scariest part. So for my American perspective is, how are these people getting away with this, and why are they doing it to people that they know are vulnerable?
So number one, they are connected. See, like the whole system, like the whole system is rotten. Remember what I was telling you, like all these players who are involved, they are all connected. So it starts with people who, folks who are in the government. It then goes all the way down. I mean, you've been, they call you Kenyan by marriage. You've been married since 2006 to a Kenyan, and I'm sure, and even actually prior to that, you knew, you are very familiar with Kenya and how things work there. Is that right?
No, actually, I knew nothing about Kenya basically until after I got married. I mean, as I was meeting my wife, we met online, but I was learning things up until that point. But you can never really learn anything till you actually get your foot on the ground and actually intermingle with the society.
That's right. Was your wife here, or was she in Kenya when you guys met?
In Kenya.
I'm just gonna. Oh, she was in Kenya. Okay, good. Okay, so but 2006 until now, so you've had 16 years whereby you've kind of familiar, you've got familiar with how things work in Kenya.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, it's very different. Like a story like this. She was mentally ill. She was mentally sick before she left the country. This is something actually the parents confirmed to me. See, I'm coming from. Like, spoke to the mom. The dad confirmed it. It's not like a hearsay. And actually, you can hear the mom saying, "Hey, I was told that I can take my daughter." They actually recruit women who are actually girls who are young, starting from 18 years and above. And like that's crazy. See where I'm coming from?
Yes. Even in this image here, she doesn't even look like she's 19. To me, I would think that she's about 14, 15.
That's right.
Just from the image.
Right. And and if you look at the thumbnail, you see the picture back there. She was on the street. And
that's
she was on the street. Like. Yeah, and the only thing she had was a plastic bag. That's all she had.
The plastic bag was
the plastic. What? She had like I think like a comb or something in there.
Okay.
Like a bottle of water or something, just like like someone who just left a convenience store with a plastic bag and only shop 2 items. See where I'm coming from?
Right.
So guys, I want you again. I'm very happy. This is happening. I want you folks who are watching to see how people here in America look at what's happening to Kenyans in Saudi Arabia and the kind of suffering you guys are going through. KBM is here. We actually again tell the viewers what the acronym KBM stands for.
KBM is Kenyan by marriage.
Kenyan by marriage. There you go.
Yeah. So it's also a name that helps me remember when I do get my Kenyan citizenship. It's going to help me to remember that I don't forget where I came from, but the way I am and the way I've integrated into Kenya is that I'm leaving America behind.
That's very interesting. Can you tell the viewers? And by the way, let me actually tell the folks who are watching this. Beth, welcome back. Beth is in she's in Dubai, and we're working a lot together with Mheshimiwa Sonko in solving major cases. Now, KBM, you're gonna leave your American citizenship behind and become a Kenyan citizen.
Well, I'm first going to do dual citizenship. Which you can do both countries. But eventually, at some point, I will dissolve my American citizenship.
What do you love about Kenya?
The number one thing is the people. I can care less about the animals. I'm not an animal hater or anything like that. I still haven't been on a wildlife safari, so to speak. I plan to in the future. Right. But to me, the animals never did anything to me. So why should I bother them? Why should I drive in a vehicle next to them and just look at them? That's not my importance of going to Kenya. It was to get married, which I did.
Yeah.
And to a woman that I wanted to be a lifelong partner with. And while I was there, with all the falsehoods I had in my mind already about Africa, I was totally transformed within 72 hours.
Yeah. You're like this, because the thing is, like, what happens is, and this is something that I talk to many American folks about. Like, they have all these kind of misconceptions about Africa because simply they never left the country. Some of them never left their own state, and even actually some of them don't even have a passport. They've never even traveled, and all they are just focused on what they watch on TV and what they see on TV. Now, KBM, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically within that 72 hours, I paid very close attention. I want everybody to listen to this because I know a lot of Kenyans sometimes will say, I can't see this, what I'm about to say. But in that 72 hours, I paid very close attention how Kenyans actually reacted to other Kenyans, how they treated one another in public.
That's right.
And the amount of respect was undeniable. Okay. And I've heard through the years, you go to places like Uganda, or go a little deeper into Africa, and there's even more respect than what Kenyans give each other. Well, that's fine, but I'm sticking with Kenya because the amount of respect I saw people treating each other, because I also had to compare it to how people were treating me. Outside of somebody trying to sell me something because they knew I was from the States. Let's just forget about that. The way y'all treated each other is the same way you treated me. There was no difference. And so therefore, the values also on top of that, the regular values, your African cultural values are in line with my moral values. So in America, I hardly found anybody that had the same moral values as I do. And the biggest one is no divorce. So you know how low the divorce rate is throughout the entire continent of Africa. In America, it's over 50%.
It's the highest.
Right.
Actually, let's actually based on statistics, the divorce rate in America is like right now, if I'm very accurate, is like on 69.7%.
Right. In 2005, when I met my wife, back then I checked it was 52%.
Yeah, numbers went up. That was 16 years ago. Numbers went up.
And they're up there with the UK. UK used to be higher than America, but UK is still high. It's still over 50%.
Let's come back to let's I want us to touch on this story as we wind up the show today. And by the way, thank you very much for tuning in. Let's touch on this other story that I have. It's about this young Kenyan. Her name is Njeri. Let me bring her back. I'm gonna bring that back. So she went to Saudi Arabia and worked for 2 years. Here we go. She worked for 2 years and she finished her contract. Did everything right. Everything was perfect, man. Until she said, hey, I'll finish my contract. It's time for me to go back home. And then all hell broke loose. And the son of the employer, let me actually make that slide bigger for you to see. The son of the employer just killed her. So, back to you, KBM. Back to you. This is your sister who was killed.
I got to ask the question is, why go to Saudi Arabia? Why go to any one of these Middle Eastern countries and get these jobs? And over the years, I've spoken to a few of my friends on Facebook that actually have these jobs over there. And the average pay that each one was telling me, and it wasn't just in Saudi Arabia, it was about $200 a month.
Listen, there you go. Listen, man, listen, KBM. Listen, man, I'm so happy that you came here. That's why I was like, I'm gonna get you, even if it's like for 5 minutes, because I want my fellow. Let me come back here. I want my fellow brothers and sisters. I want my sisters, especially who are working in Saudi Arabia and those who are working in these Middle Eastern countries. I want you to listen to how Americans look at what's happening and what I'm putting on my platform. And I want you to hear what they think and what they say about it. So KBM, go ahead. So the average salary is $200.
Okay, go ahead. $200 a month. When the average salary, working for yourself, whatever you can do in Kenya, is around a little less or around about $200 a month. So why risk your life going to a location that has a reputation of not just abusing, raping, but now I've found out more, killing Kenyans and other Africans for that same amount of money? You can struggle making it home and then be with your family where you're safe. And then maybe if you want to go abroad and look for, more money, more than $200 a month, look for another country that doesn't have all these reputations of doing this to our people.
That's right.
Because if they're not going to respect you just in general, and pay you the same amount you can make at home, why even go?
Yeah.
So the agencies must have a really good game that they're giving these women that you got to be able to resist that game, because I'm going to tell everybody that a few years ago, my wife was even intrigued to go to Saudi Arabia for the simple fact that her friend went to one of these agencies and their game was so tight that she almost convinced my wife by repeating what they told her to my wife, that my wife was interested in going there for a job.
Listen,
while we're married.
While you're married, and while was she still in Kenya, or had you brought her here?
No, she's still in Kenya. I really don't want her exposure to the American way of life. You know, I'm moving to Kenya anyway, so.
Okay. So your wife was nearly convinced.
Nearly.
She nearly fell on the trap. Like she nearly fell on the trap. Like, hey, gotta go. Like, and you see, like the same way you said it, like their game is so tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like these agencies, the way they play their game, they play these games so like they play their games perfectly, and they are able to lure and attract and convince these young girls to go and just work in these countries.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest lures that came to my mind, speaking to all these women, at least a half a dozen I spoke to on Facebook over the years, the biggest lure to me I can think of is that they can work for 2 years, rent-free, food-free, right? And just do the hard work every day, but make $200 that they can save every month without spending it on rent, spending it on food. But a lot of times you're spending that money anyway, because a lot of you are sending that money home, which we all know, and I'm just going to tell the truth. When we send it to our relatives, do they always save it or spend it on something that they're supposed to? So it's like you almost work for nothing. But even if you do save that money, right, you don't send it home. The risk of you being attacked, raped, or ridiculed for being where you're from is at a high degree. I've found very few that had employers that were actually good to them. There are a few, but they are a few.
A few. That's right. KBM are something I also want to mention, and are remember, I've documented like hundreds of cases where our people have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? No prosecution, no arrests. There's no fines are charged, no financial compensation for the families. Children are left with no mothers or fathers.
Right.
So they're orphans.
Right.
You've added more poverty to the family and suffering. This person was the main breadwinner for the family, right? So you know what they do? The mother get killed. Actually, in some cases, they actually have to start doing they have to fundraise to get the body out of the country. See where I'm coming from?
Yes.
And you know how much they charge, like just for having their bodies repatriated from the country back, whatever?
Well, in the United States, back in the day in 2006, it was 15 grand. I have no idea, from Saudi Arabia to Kenya.
Okay, so let's put it in Kenya. If we put that, like what they ask them to pay is between 250,000 to 400,000
Kenyan shillings.
Kenyan shillings, right?
Okay.
Now let's do the math. If a Kenyan starts working in Saudi Arabia for 2 years, she's gonna make 600,000 Kenyan shillings for those 2 years. Let me read you this comment, KBM. And again, I'm really glad that you're here, because I want them to start hearing from other Americans and start hearing from, other folks who are in America, other folks who are in Europe, for them to hear what they think about what's happening there. I have my sister Jamutai. She's actually working in Saudi Arabia. Let's read that comment together. The reason is that in Kenya there are no job opportunities. Again, those other countries, you need money to get jobs. Forgive us. It's not because we want to, but situations sometimes let us go there. You're gonna hear that. That's what you're gonna hear all the time.
Right.
KBM.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you hear that, it's like, well, who am I? Who are you to tell that person that they can't go? You know,
That's right.
I mean, we really can't. All we can do is plead with them and say, you know, there's got to be a different way. There's got to be a different country that you can go to.
That's right.
You know, that's not going to put you at such great risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
America, if a Kenyan comes here and if it's a Kenyan that usually, you know, gets killed, it's usually because of some bad relationship they got in with, you know, American man or American woman, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something went on, and that's usually the case. Or it might be that somebody just randomly was at the wrong place at the wrong time and ended up getting shot and killed. It's not like this where it seems like it's very orchestrated. And like I was telling you before, it's to me it's genocidal.
I like that. That actually, when you say that, and I've mentioned that before. The past 3 months, 85 deaths have been documented.
That's crazy.
In the Middle East.
That is crazy.
85.
That's 85. Too much.
85. 85, bro. Like, we're at a point where, like, every flight that is touching down at JKIA, there's a casket from Saudi Arabia. And it's so bad to the point where, like, I remember, like, I have one of my folks on the ground who actually does some investigative journalism for me. Do you know what they told him at the airport? Oh, by the way, Sunday is when we get a lot of bodies.
Wow.
Like, Sunday is like, and I was like, what? Yeah, like Sundays. Yeah, Sundays is when we get most of these bodies. And something else I want to also mention to you, like, because now we had contact way back then, MySpace days.
Yeah, MySpace. Yeah.
MySpace, I was like back in 205, 203, all that. But thanks God, we've actually reconnected. I want to also tell you that we have dead bodies that are actually being dropped at JKIA in plastic, like wrapped in plastic bags, because those bodies were never claimed. See where I'm coming from? Like, they don't know who it's like what we call Jane Does here.
Right.
So like, oh, it's like Jane Does. Okay, we don't know who this person is, so they just wrap it up in a plastic bag, and then boom, there you go. I want you to listen.
Let me ask you before you continue. When they're sending those bodies back on Sundays on the plane, and just in plastic bags, are those planes refrigerated when they do that?
I can confirm that and this is actually something which I've documented. I've spoken about before. The fact that we received bodies that are actually rotten.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's no.
It's that bad.
That's a no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a no. It's a no.
See what I'm saying, everybody, and spread this video out to everybody you know. Every social media platform you have, just send it out, because this is truly genocidal. And he says 85 in the past so many months. I can imagine it can only be. Yeah, I can only imagine it's a lot more than that we don't even know about, because
we don't even know.
You had one story on about a week ago of a woman that was just confirmed that she is dead, but she's been missing since about 7-8 months ago. So imagine how many of those people are out there. Now, I knew that the women were victims. However, now that I know that men are being victims there as well, so we don't need to just bring our daughters back. We need to bring our sons back.
Sons back. That's right. That's right. That's a fact. And I want everyone who's here, listen, this is a very special segment that we have today. I want you guys, I want you folks, because I've been talking about this for the longest time. I want you to hear things from an American perspective, like how people here in America view these cases that I'm documenting about Saudi Arabia. KBM, listen. Can you just tell the viewers, like, you got someone who's working, being overworked, disrespected, whatever, being paid $200 a month. Can you tell them you are in the West Coast? Can you tell them, like, how much you would survive? Like, $200, like how long can you survive with $200, KBM? in America.
If you're a single man or a single woman, the way the prices are right now, $200 might be just for your food, and that's it.
There you go.
But that's without going to restaurants. That's buying your own food.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to cook it if you didn't have a place to cook it at. So if $200 is it, you're eating right out of the box.
Are you hearing this? I want you guys to start breaking. I want you now, listen, I'm going to wake you up right now. I want to bring something completely new. Like when I'm having these conversations sometimes with my people, like I have to dumb down what I'm telling them, but I want them to hear from, I'm bringing a lot of folks from Europe and America on this platform for them to talk to you. We've given $200 so much power, too much power right now. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. KBM, if we went out right now to a restaurant, if we went out, you, your wife, me, I bring my girlfriend with $200, and we're gonna have an appetizer, entree, and a dessert, and some few drinks. Is that gonna be right now with the current prices at restaurants? Is that gonna be enough to even actually pay for 4 people?
Depending on the restaurant.
Let's say we go like to our nice, like out here in VA, like where I'm at. No. Appetizer.
No, not at the five-star type restaurants. No, not even 4-star.
It's not even gonna be like a 5-star. Like where I am right. Let's say do appetizer, Tex-Mex egg rolls. It's right now $9, $10 because the prices went up. Mm-hmm. Let's say I do an entree. I love doing my salmon, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables. There we go. That's $33. Just do the math right there. Then I'm gonna have my dessert. I'm gonna do like my lemon cake. My lemon cake is like what? Is like $6, $7 right now a slice. That's it. So 6. Let's do 6. 31 for the salmon. That's 37. My appetizer for $9. How much is that? That's $46 already.
Yeah,
and so I haven't even had a drink.
It's pretty much wiped out the $200.
Yeah, just like that. I want people I have my sister right now, Kenya, Spain, Agape. She's a Kenyan, but she's in Spain. You see what she's saying? Here in Spain, 50 euros is like nothing, bro. And here we are talking about this Saudi Arabia thing is like people are being paid $1 million a month or a year. Is that even worth it?
You know, the other thing I've heard about these, talking to these women is that, sorry to interrupt, but that this might lead to more opportunities down the road. And the only opportunities that I ever see is that they go home with not another contract, or they come back to another contract for the same amount of money. Every 2 years, every 2 years, every 2 years. It's like it's a never-ending cycle, and you're away from home.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Qatar. She goes home. Okay, she's obviously got a good employer because she's able to go home. But there's been a few times I think she's scared to say some things, but she's got a YouTube channel, and I think she's a little scared to say some things, but she basically talks about the benefits of having that job and where she's at.
Yeah, in Qatar. Okay.
Yeah, but in Qatar, they even have some issues.
Yeah. They still have.
Yeah. And then
there's like now I have my sister. Yeah, I have my welcome. Let me welcome my sister. She is here. She's in Germany. So these people, they know better. These are people who are in Europe, and they are Kenyans, by the way.
Yeah.
So I want to everyone who's watching here, and my sisters ambao mko Saudia, msikize. Na niliwaambia sasa ni wakati wa kufunguka macho. It's time for you guys to start looking at things now outside the box now. And you will start hearing what my fellow friends who are in Europe and my fellow brothers and sisters who are in America, how they view whatever is happening to you in Saudi Arabia. KBM, by the way, let me actually make this announcement. I'm going to be hosting KBM next Sunday. And it's going to be this conversation. we're gonna have this conversation, KBM. Like, it's gonna be like how, like, hey, this is what's happening over there. What are the, how do you, how do we view this, and how can we solve this, and how can we fix this? I want these folks to start hearing from outsiders, start hearing new perspectives. Jamutai is, for example, can you read that comment, KBM? See what she's saying?
Yeah, help us get jobs in your country kindly. I can give you one great solution for that, Purity. There's a Tanzanian gentleman who's called EBM Scholars. So just take the K away and put an E. This gentleman's from Tanzania. He's been in America for quite a long while. He came here with a degree, of course. But what he does on his actual YouTube channel is not just in America, but other countries around the world. This guy is like a total scholar on how to get people scholarships for work, as well as school, or both, citizenship, DV lotteries, you name it. This is the go-to guy on YouTube. He's actually probably still in Tanzania right now. He was in Kenya. Then he went to Tanzania doing a tour, speaking to people in conventions. This is how you can do it, giving them the processes. And now we have a lot of people on YouTube that are following his path.
Hold up, actually, KBM, just hold right there. Just give me a second. I got this gentleman. Hey, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. This is Nelson Vote TV. I'm actually running my show right now. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers as we proceed?
Okay, my name is Mr. Hussein Al-Jufri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have an experience of 30 years in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working with so many companies.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I can hear and see what is happening in Saudi Arabia. At the moment, I'm in Kenya,
mm-hmm.
in Mombasa.
Okay.
As an agent,
mm-hmm.
Of a branch of our agency in Mombasa.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask Mr. Mike Sonko
mm-hmm.
if we can sit with him in a meeting,
mm-hmm.
either in Nairobi or in Mombasa, and we discuss about coming to the conclusion of making a group where we can open a safe house in Saudi to help the household.
Are you hearing this? I want to. This is breaking news. Let me remember. Hold on. Give me a second, brother. Give me a second, brother, man. Remember, like I say, shortly before I started the broadcast today, this gentleman hit me up on WhatsApp and he said, "Hey, I see what you're doing. I see what's going on. I'm in the industry I'm in the recruitment agency industry, and I would like to contact Mike Sonko and see how we can have rescue homes or safe houses in Saudi Arabia." And you say you're in Mombasa right now?
I am in Mombasa right now.
And you've been in this industry for 30 years?
30 years. I'm experienced, and in the case of faith, if you can remember.
Yes.
I'm the one who contacted the embassy, and I spoke to Mr. Shawgi.
Okay.
The representative there in Saudi embassy, Saudi Kenya.
That's right.
In Riyadh.
Okay, and Faith is back in Kenya, by the way. Faith is back in the country.
Okay, he came down to Jeddah,
mm-hmm.
and make sure that he worked with the deportation centers, and he removed his, her runway report.
Yeah.
And he was able to return back home safely.
Thanks, God.
I did all that for Faith, and then Mr. Sonko, he went by remitting the fare, the air ticket,
mm-hmm.
for her to return safely.
Yeah.
That was a very good gesture. So to solve the problem, we need to sit with Mr. Mike Sonko and have a group of, let's say, 5 people from, let's say, from Mombasa who can speak good Arabic, and it will be like a team.
Yeah.
When we open a safe house in Saudi Arabia, one in Riyadh, one in Jeddah, one in Dammam. I think you get my point.
That's right. So we want to have these safe houses spread out across Saudi Arabia because, Riyadh, you have a lot of Kenyans there. Yeah, go ahead. Accessibility.
We can work as a team.
Yeah.
But I will be the one selecting who to help me and how to manage the cases.
Okay.
With the help of our embassy in Riyadh.
Okay.
They will cover us as a diplomatic status. We won't work like that because we will be representing them.
That's right.
Because the cases are more and they cannot handle it alone. Those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also know, like I said on my platform, I have all these cases that I have. I have them well documented. As I'm talking to you right now, we are working. My sister Beth was here before. Me and Beth and Mheshimiwa, we are working on 3 major cases right now that we want them to be solved. Let's do this. Yeah, go ahead.
So to come up with a fruit conclusion.
Yeah.
It's about the safe houses.
Yes.
Where if it is in Dammam, we will put one there. If it is in Jeddah, I will be stationed in Jeddah. And if it is in Riyadh, somebody will be in Riyadh. But must be fluent in Arabic so that they can discuss with the local authorities regarding mistreatment or and follow up. Do you get my point, Mr.
I'm here. Nelson is here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the best way to solve these problems of mistreatment. By follow up. With before it happens, especially because we are helping the agencies, the legal agencies.
Yeah, the legal. Listen, exactly, the legal agencies, because we have a lot of crook agencies who are still operating in the country and who are actually taking Kenyans to work in Saudi Arabia. For example,
the ones who are registered, they were registered by NAIR, and those are one will be handling their cases. But in case of Game Boys, it will be another case because we will help them, but we will charge them their air ticket if the one needed help. But the ones who are legal, who have been in Saudi legally working with the sponsors, the sponsors will be handled by the markups, the offices in Saudi.
Okay. Listen. Okay, listen. I'm gonna ask you. Let me ask you. Let me hold up. Give me a second, brother, because we're about to wind up. We're about to wind up the today's show. But we're gonna do 2 things. Number one, I'm gonna communicate with Mheshimiwa and make sure that this information he receives the information. I got 2 questions for you right now. As I'm talking to you, I'm dealing with a case of a Kenyan who worked for 2 years in Saudi Arabia, and after finishing her contract, after 2 years, she was killed by the son of her employer. Is that right?
Yeah, in that case, he should. The agency, the office which is there, which is a partner of the office in Kenya, should file a case.
There you go. It goes back to the office in Kenya.
Yeah, a legal way. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. No, we're winding up. Give me a second. We're winding up. Next question. I have another story. It's another story that I have. A young Kenyan girl by the name Sylvia, only 19 years old, was found on the streets in Saudi Arabia. Nobody knew her family. This case was brought to my attention. I put this on my platform. With the same day, we found the family. I've spoken to the mother. I've spoken to the father. Let me ask you this question. How does a 19-year-old end up working in Saudi Arabia?
It means that he's underage, and maybe he or the agency had forged documents when they were removing applying the passport, and they extended the years to 20 to 23 years, like that. That's the way they do it.
So this is something which you've been here for 30 years. So this is something which you know. They do this.
So that she can travel. She can travel with a bigger age. They will forge anything. That's a problem. Yeah, that's a minor. 19-year-old, it's not allowed unless the 20 years and above, or 22 years.
What should be done to that? What penalties should her agency face? The agency is called Pacific Agency. What penalties or what legal repercussions should they face?
It should be. He or she or her license should be revoked in this case, because that's against of the labor law, and may take action.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's against the labor law. You've heard it yourself. So let's do this because, and again, thank you very much for giving me a call and coming in last minute. Yeah, go ahead.
The age limit 22 years. That's the age limit. I mean the age which can be start to work in Saudi or in other Gulf states.
Good. It's against the labor law.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we've said and what we've spoken. They forged her age. They forged her passport for them to take her to work in Saudi Arabia. Now that's going to be our closing statement on today's broadcast. I have my brother here again. Thank you for reaching out last minute, and I've been able to put you in here last minute. We're gonna catch up after my live stream. And again, I repeat, just to make sure that I mention your name correctly, Mr. Hussein Al-Jifri.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hussein, and let's catch up after this broadcast.
And I look forward to meeting Mr. Mike, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hosting. Thank you.
Again, folks, is KBM here or KBM left? I think KBM had.
I'm still here.
Okay, good, KBM. You see what's going on? That I had to plug him in because he reached out to me like a few minutes before I started this broadcast. Let's do this. I'm gonna finish the show right now. I gotta go and have a meeting right now.
Could
KBM,
you do me one quick favor?
Yeah.
Could you mod me real quick so I can give the link so that somebody like Purity can find EBM scholars? So he's got all the information. Yeah. So actually what I want us to do is once we do our broadcast on Sunday, we'll talk about job opportunities and how people can go about that. And actually, if possible, we can even get the EBM on board. And we can have this amazing conversation for people like Jemutai, who's asking, hey, guys, get us jobs out there so that we can stop working here for these minor slave wages. Does it make any sense? Yeah, and there's also some telecommuting jobs that a lot of Kenyans could apply for and make money just as long as they have a good internet connection. So it's not some of these like teaching Swahili for 1 hour or nothing like that. There are other opportunities that you may not be aware of that are out there in the world that you can stay home in Kenya and make a decent living.
KBM, Sunday, we're gonna be here at 9:30. Don't miss that broadcast on Sunday. It's gonna be heavy. Again, remember, the next broadcast is going up at midnight Kenyan time, the VOTV Midnight Edition. See you. KBM, thank you very much for coming here, man, brother, man. That was like last minute. Like everyone that I'm calling in here is like last minute call. Thank you for showing up, and we're gonna talk afterwards anyway.
You're welcome.
All right, man. Good night.
Good night.